Inspired for my Tunis speech while I was attending the speech contest at Golden Mile Club a couple of weeks ago. When one of the contestants was talking about his romantic marriage and then the romantic divorce, and later on how he had cut his finger while he had been doing renovation. But he kept repeating this quotation: what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. For a second I flashed back in my own life and I told myself how my first days here in Montreal 2 years ago were kind of complicated and difficult. I was jobless, homesick, and culture shock. I was trying to keep busy, taking part in different classes. There was this course sponsored by the government. As I stepped in the course, in the class, I fell in love with this girl. She had the most beautiful eyes I'd ever seen in my life. I told myself, she's gonna be my girlfriend. But I'm gonna do that cautiously, since I didn't want to hear no from her. We were friends until one day that I invited her to the gym here at YMCA. We went to Zumba and yoga classes, and later on, we went to the pool and jacuzzi, where we had our first serious conversation. After the gym, we were both hungry. There was a voice in my head: you should invite her out for the dinner. But there was another voice in my head: don't be stupid, you're a risk taker. So I looked at her and I said, look, my house is just here in Stanley Street. Would you like to go there and I'll cook for you and you may give me a feedback about my small studio? And to my surprise, she said yes. I felt like $1 million. We got home and everything happened so quick. From that night on, I wasn't alone anymore. She had plans to get back to Toronto where her friends were, but I didn't want it to happen. I enrolled her name in an information session at Concordia University, where we both participated later, and we both fell in love with the program. So we applied for the program and we got both accepted. So we became classmates actually at the school. She was struggling with her life financially. I told myself I should do something about it. So I had just found a good job at the summer camp with kids. I talked to the manager and I told him, there's this girl, I'm sure she can make it. And the manager accepted her to start working with her. So we became colleagues too. But I wasn't still her hero. I wanted to do more. She was trying to find a house in downtown Montreal, but she couldn't find the one with an affordable price. The building where I live, I talked to the janitor and I told him the story. And to my surprise, he told me that the unit next to yours is going to be evacuated in a couple of weeks. I gave her the news a couple of weeks later and she got so happy. I couldn't wish for more. Already we were gym mates, colleagues, classmates, and now neighbors. We had ups and downs in our relationship, but we had to get along with each other since our life was so mingled and intertwined that we couldn't live without each other. Everything was fine until the school started. That night I remember we went to PA for grocery shopping. As usual, one of us was supposed to get the delivery and the other person that night was free. And that night I came to the gym and she was supposed to get the delivery. I was supposed to text her as I got home so I could go and get my own delivery, my own grocery. I got to the gym, but I felt kind of sick. I got home sooner than usual. I knocked at her door, but she wasn't there. I have no idea why in the hell that night I was patrolling at the lobby. She finally showed up, but I wish she had never showed up. She was hand to hand with this tall, handsome guy. She looked at me when she was so shocked. She mumbled hi and passed me by. For a second, the castle in the air that had met for a couple of months shattered in front of my eyes. I got back home and I don't feel shy to say that night I cried like a baby. The following night, we met each other at the jacuzzi here at YMCA by accident. After a minute of silence, we started talking. I told her I look at last night as a nightmare, and I tried. And we promised not to talk about it forever and ever. But she told me, it's over. You have to get used to the new situation. I told myself, you should be a gentleman, be a civilized person, and she has her own choices, and you have to deal with it. But it was not that easy. She was everywhere. I could see her at school with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend was our classmate, actually. She was my wall-to-wall neighbor. I could hear them talking, fighting, and even making love. It was not that easy. How stupid I was not to predict the future. For a second, I decided to move from the building and then from the city. I told myself, I should do something. But later on, I looked at it clearly and I thought, I can escape from this problem. I should find a solution to it. I have no power actually to get her back, and it's over, so I have to get along with the new situation. It's almost a year that I'm living with this situation, that she's my wall-to-wall neighbor, I see different things, she sees different things, but somehow I've got used to it. During the time, I should say that time has made me so strong. Now I feel more experienced than before, and I don't regret any of the decisions that I made in the past. Now I feel taller, stronger, and looking forward to the future. And I don't forget this quotation that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Get back to your man of Toastmaster.